Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I really wanted to take you on a Mercury retrograde journey for your individual sign. Now these forecasts will be relevant for your sun sign, moon sign, but most importantly your rising sign. In this video we are going to find out where Mercury is retrograding in your chart, what area of life this is going to be, what area of life is going to be reworked for you during this Mercury retrograde season. So if this is something you want to watch, stick around. If you're new to my channel, I'm Spirit Mama and I share weekly videos on astrology and consciousness and all that cosmic stuff. And if this is something that you're interested in, make sure you hit the subscribe button below and the bell notification so you can be the first to get my latest video. So let's get into Mercury retrograde. Mercury is retrograding in the sign of Pisces, and Pisces is a mutable, changeable, water, dreamy, feeling, imaginative sign. It's elusive and it's not tangible, it's very ethereal. Mercury rules our thinking processes, our left brain, it's our decision making, it rules moving parts, it rules electronic items, short distance travel. But really it's to do with our mental processes and how we think, how we communicate. And when Mercury moves into the sign of Pisces, these qualities take on a Piscean theme. Okay, so Pisces, we're going to start with you because you're the lucky sign that has Mercury retrograding in your sign. So when Mercury retrogrades in your own sign, it means that you are going to be quite affected by this Mercury retrograde because the Mercury retrograde is going to be touching your sun. If you're a Pisces sun, if you're a Pisces moon or Pisces rising, the retrograde will be touching these points as well. And the rising, the sun and the moon all make up every aspect to our personality. So it's quite an important time for your identity. So Mercury retrograde for Pisces rising will be going through your first house. Now your first house is identity, it's who you are, it's who others perceive you as. So during these 3 weeks with Mercury here, you might be doing some deep thinking and deep reflecting on your spiritual nature, on your spiritual mystical side. And maybe when Mercury goes direct in March, this might be a side to yourself that you might be ready to share with people. You might be ready to reveal it. It could be a new you being born once Mercury goes direct, in March, a new you. It's your birthday month. It's a new solar cycle for you. It's a new moon. It's a new start. You've got a new moon there too. It's a new start for you to do with your identity and who you are and who you want others to perceive you as. Okay, Aquarius, this Mercury retrograde will be going through your second house of what you value, how others value, and your personal earned income, the money you receive for the job that you do. And if you're lucky, you're doing something that you love doing and it doesn't feel like work and you have a whole abundance coming in. But for most of us, it's not quite like that just yet. So this is a beautiful Mercury retrograde time to maybe be renegotiating a deal to do with your salary. Maybe you're going for a new job and you want to ask for more than what you've ever asked for in your life. This is tied in with your self-worth. Do you feel worthy enough to ask for what you want to ask for? Use this Mercury retrograde time to re-examine your self-worth and how you view yourself and what you value as important to yourself. But most importantly, it's your self-worth. How do you value yourself? What are you worth? And once Mercury goes direct, I don't really think it's a great time to be negotiating contracts and signing things while Mercury is retrograde. So, come mid-March, when you have your Mercury retrograde epiphany, as we all do at the end of it, you'll have a new sense of empowerment as to how you feel about yourself. And you can go for that pay rise, you can go for that new job that's going to earn you more money because you have a new moon happening in this area as well. So Aquarius, go for it. Okay, Capricorn, this Mercury retrograde will be falling in your third house of communication. Now, this is a strong Mercury retrograde for you if you're Capricorn rising, because Mercury rules the third house. So it's happening in a very Mercury house. So it's going to be doubly strong. It's going to be more effective for you, but it means you'll get more benefit from it as well. So when Mercury is going to move back through the sign of Pisces in this third house, you're going to be rethinking and reflecting things to do with how you communicate, writing, emailing, blogging, you know, maybe YouTubing or social media, but also how you communicate with other people. Capricorn, is it time for you to maybe have a little bit more compassion with the way that you communicate? Maybe take this time to reflect. Maybe something has happened to make you reflect on how you are communicating with people during this Mercury retrograde time. It's a spiritual time, so sit and listen to what your intuition is telling you. You know, you can also be using this energy to be channeling, to allow spirit to move through you in a communication way. So maybe try some automatic writing, some channeling while you're writing, and allow the messages to come through, because anything to do with communication at this time, with Mercury coming back and forth in this area, is a really strong place for you. I would also double check any short distance travel plans you might have, because Mercury rules short distance travel, and so does the third house. Sagittarius, sun, moon or rising, Mercury will be going retrograde through your fourth house of home and family. Have you been rethinking current living situation? And is it time to maybe put some intentions with this new moon that will be happening in the same spot around a new home for you? Use this Mercury retrograde period to redo something with your current living situation if you don't want to move. Maybe redecorate, clean out clutter, rearrange furniture, you know, clear the space, or set some intentions as to your perfect place that you want to manifest during this Mercury retrograde and this new moon, because your imagination and your intuition is going to be really heightened at this time. It's a really spiritual, magical, mystical time. So if you do set some new intentions around the new moon on the 23rd, 24th, you will find that there's a lot of spiritual energy behind them, and you might see them manifest. Okay, Scorpio, Mercury will be retrograding in your fifth house of children, creativity and romance. So, you know, use this Mercury retrograde period. You might be rethinking how you are relating to the children in your life, or maybe there is some details about a child in your life that you need to rework or go over. Or maybe you're remembering the children in your life. Maybe they're grown up and you're remembering how they were as little things running around. It's also about creativity. So, you know, this is a beautiful time to be making space to get creative, to get really imaginative in these 3 weeks while Mercury's retrograde. Really go within and allow your imagination and your creativity to go wild, because what can be coming through now can be really, really powerful for you. It also has to do with romance. So, you know, this is also a beautiful time to be, you know, sharing love and compassion and spoiling that sweet person in your life. And if you're single, go out and, you know, you might meet someone. I wouldn't, you know, get too serious about anyone until Mercury goes direct, so mid-March onwards. Because when we meet new people during a Mercury retrograde, they're not quite what it seems they seem. Libra, okay, sun, moon or rising, Mercury will be going retrograde through your 6th house of work and also health and fitness. So this is a really beautiful time to be looking at how you are structuring your work-life routines, and also, you know, your fitness goals and your fitness routines. Because we have a new moon there, this is a great time to be making those goals and implementing them. You have the cosmic backing in this area of your life to be setting intentions about fitness and health goals that you have, and you will see it happen, because you only get one new moon in each area of your life every year, and this is the area of your life that this new moon on the 23rd, 24th in Pisces will be happening. So maybe take some time now during Mercury retrograde to reflect on what's working and what isn't working. You know, maybe it's a good time to be doing some food journals, or you know, reflecting, reworking anything to do with your health and your fitness, and also researching. Maybe look at different forms of health that you maybe haven't looked at before, maybe a different avenue to go down, something that's more beneficial to you. But make sure that you aren't being too hard on yourself. Be compassionate with yourself. Pisces is a compassionate energy. Make sure that you are going easy on yourself. You know, we're human. You know, one step forward, two steps back. We don't have to have it all figured out in a day. So Virgo, Sun, Moon and Rising, this Mercury retrograde will be happening in your 7th house of intimate personal relationships. So this is either your marriage partner or your long-term committed partner, or a business partner, someone you work intimately with one-on-one. There will be some reworking going on with your relationship with this person. Now, it could go two ways. It could be, one, maybe you need to be a little bit more compassionate. You know, Pisces is compassion towards the other person in your life, and maybe you need to give them a bit more support and be there for them and really help them through a period of time during this Mercury retrograde. And the retrograde is asking you to reflect on how there you are for this person, and especially with the new moon there, you know, you might want to set some goals around maybe a business partnership or an intimate personal relationship, how you want it to be with each other. And on the other side, it could be boundary issues. Maybe you're giving too much to this person. You know, Pisces has a tendency not to have boundaries because it's so elusive and, you know, free. Maybe you have boundary issues and you're giving too much away. So use this Mercury retrograde to reflect and sit with yourself and tune in as to, you know, where the energy is going. Is it going too far out or too far in? Okay, Leo, Sun, Moon or Rising, Mercury will be retrograding in your 8th house. Now, because Pisces is such a mystical time, you're going to be feeling this heightened spiritual, mystical energy super strong over the next 3 weeks. And you might want to go deeper into some taboo subjects, you know, explore tantric sex, or, you know, occult subjects like astrology or tarot, or see a psychic, or, you know, tap into your own psychic abilities as well. This is a beautiful time to be connecting to, you know, loved ones who've passed on, or, you know, developing your psychic skills, because you've got this beautiful Pisces energy in this area, and Pisces rules this area of your life. So you're probably naturally quite psychic on this level anyway. And so with Mercury, they go back and, you know, relearn something, revisit something that might have sparked your attention in the past. There'll also be a new moon in this area. So if you did want to set some intentions about this spiritual depth and understanding that might be coming in for you, this is a beautiful time to do that. Cancer, Sun, Moon or Rising, you're going to have the Mercury retrograde going through your 9th house. 9th house rules overseas travel and people and places and foreign countries and, you know, philosophy. And can you go on a trip? I'm pretty sure you'll be itching to get away, because Pisces loves to escape. You know, we have the Pisces area in that area of your chart. Mercury retrograde will probably be making you feel like you want to check out. I just want to go overseas. I want to forget about it. The pressure is too much. You've had all this Capricorn energy opposite you in your opposing sign of Capricorn. You've been feeling the pressure. You've been feeling it. Maybe it is a good time to go overseas, and, you know, just double check travel plans, because Mercury can be a little bit funny when it comes to travel. But, you know, this is a beautiful time to take it easy. You can check out. I'm giving you are the one sign that is allowed to check out during this Mercury retrograde. You know, you have Mercury in this area. If you can't go on an overseas trip, have a little break, then travel with the mind. You know, look at some form of higher education, some form of study that you want to do. Maybe it's on a philosophical topic. The 9th house rules all these things, and Mercury will be asking you to maybe reflect and to go within and maybe do some study, sign up for a course, and take yourself on a journey of the mind. Gemini, Mercury will be retrograding through your 10th house of career and reputation. And you will find these 3 weeks you will be reworking something to do with your career. Maybe you're redoing a website or going over an offer that you have, your sales page, or maybe revisiting the way that you market yourself. The way other people see you is gonna get a bit of a rework over these next 3 weeks. And you're gonna have this new moon in Pisces in this area of your chart. You only get 1 new moon a year in each area of your chart. So you must use this to your advantage with your work, because you can be setting some new moon intentions coming up on the 23rd, 24th for this Pisces new moon, all about your career. Set them for the year to come. I mean, what do you want to achieve? Where do you want to go? What do you want your reputation to be? And use the Pisces energy to really intuitively, sense that bigger version of yourself right now, because you can get there. You've got this energy behind you. Taurus, this Mercury retrograde will be going through your 11th house of hopes and dreams and wishes. So maybe you might find yourself contemplating or setting new goals around something that you want to achieve, something that's really dear to your heart. It's a beautiful time to be tapping into the spiritual energy and setting intentions around that, because you have the new moon happening on the 23rd, 24th in this area. It's also an area to do with networking and groups of friends and people. So you also might find that you might be reviewing and reflecting and rethinking your social circles. Is it time for you to find a new social group? Is it time for you? Have you grown and matured spiritually, and you are now starting to want to socialize with people who resonate with you on that same vibration? Aries, sun, moon, or rising, this Mercury retrograde will be going through your 12th house. And because it's in the sign of Pisces, Pisces rules the 12th house. So this is going to be a really strong retrograde for you too. But Aries, it's going to be more to do with your subconscious. Out of all the signs, this Mercury retrograde is such a powerful time for you to be tuning into your spiritual practice, to be meditating, to be sitting in stillness and really listening to your intuition and higher guidance. Pay attention to your dreams. If you can keep a dream journal for the next month, that would be amazing, because any intuitive messages that you will be receiving, which you're going to be receiving, whether it's synchronicities or through your spiritual practices and you start to hear your guides, or it will be through your dreams. It'll be some subconscious communication coming through. Be open to it, and if you keep a dream journal, then you can hear it and sense it more clearly. The more you pay attention to the messages and the guidance that you receive, the stronger it gets. That's how you strengthen the muscle, by being aware of it and paying attention to it and almost recognizing it and going, oh, okay, thank you. Like, you're acknowledging it, and then it gets stronger the next time, the next time, the next time. So Aries, this is a really, really intuitive time for you with Mercury going retrograde here. And you will have the new moon there as well in Pisces on the 23rd, 24th. So if you did want to set some new moon intentions around your spiritual practice, around your spiritual goals, and how you might want to deepen it in some way, this is a beautiful time to do that as well.